Stay with us here on the Movie Channel for more about the acclaimed new film from director Wayne Wang, The Joy Luck Club. That's after the break, ahead of our 8 o'clock movie, Problem Child 2.
Well, that just gets older, older than the burning sun. Looking for a face out in the desert, something written in the sand. Lift up your eyes, heaven is before you. We're walking to the promised land. It's less than a feather out where the four winds blow. You've known all along where you were going. Faith is an open hand. Seeds that you've sown, well, you know what you're knowing. We're going to the promised land. That big sky, up against that big sky, oh, up against that big.
This is the lunchtime update from the second test in Guyana.
It's been a tough morning for England in Georgetown, Guyana, as they continue to fight in this second test match. Atherton went for 144, and they've only added 55 more runs to their overnight total. But Russell and Lewis are still fighting. Join us on Sky Sports this afternoon, see if they can continue their fight.
England's tour of the West Indies continues now, live and exclusive on Sky Sports.
Sky's cricket coverage is sponsored by Whittingdale, Gilt Fund Managers. A cheerleader.
I don't want to be the chosen one.
Trips the life fantastic.
All I want to do is graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But her future's at stake.
You and I are one.
Hotshot Christy Swanson. 90210's Luke Perry. Donald Sutherland and Rutger Hauer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer premieres Saturday at 8 on the Movie Channel.
You're watching the Movie Channel.
It's looking so dirty. What are we going to do?
Jif Microliquid, where are you?
I'm Jif Microliquid. Okay, I'm small, but I've got micro power. With one tiny capful, I clean and dry to a brighter shine. That's micro power. See what I mean?
Jif Microliquid, where are you?
Coming. Just a couple of drops on greasy dirt, and I give a better clean. Better, got it? Everywhere. That's why everyone's shouting,
Jif Microliquid, where are you?
He outshines ordinary liquids.
For the thick-cut chip with the big potato taste, there's nothing like the real McCoy.
I invited the neighbors over. Think they'll come?
They'll come.
The real McCoy. The big chip from the big country.
How can Surf Powder clean so well and give you this much more washing for your money? Easy. Surf now comes in a range of bags, so it costs you less. And right now, you get 15% more powder. Surf. Tackles stains, cuts costs.
Have you ever been in a situation where someone's saying one thing to you, but their body is telling you something completely different?
Yes. It's very difficult.
I'm practicing my body language.
I'm not exactly enthralled.
Be careful which way across my legs.
Being gay doesn't mean you're not a woman and don't have the same broody feelings.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
You think it's worth it?
I think that it'll just strike you when the time is right.
Soaps, fashion, cookery, drama, relationships. UK Living is the channel that gets people talking.
How can a stomach as small as the tip of your thumb satisfy such an enormous appetite for life? The answer is Whiskas kitten food. Expertly prepared with all the vitamins, minerals, and protein your little power pack needs. Cats would buy Whiskas.
All right, so later in the show we're going to be meeting someone vaguely interesting, but first, here's a big fat balloon-like creature. The kids think he's great, but I have never heard of him. Kirby! So, Kirby, you become a big star because of this.
The fabulous multi-level platform game based on your life, Kirby's Dream Land from Nintendo. But now there's a brand new game, Kirby's Pinball Land on Game Boy.
So, Kirby, is it true that if you don't like someone, you swallow them, spit them out, and destroy them? This is pot of lunch, Mr. Kirby. You vast pink globule.
The Kirby series, introducing Inflatable Nintendo.
Hi there, egg pickers. I ate them whole. Not half.
Oh, is that my cue? My cue. Well, I pot the yellow first, then the brown, but I never let the white go down, of course. That's great, that.
I've started, so I'll finish.
Am I on it? Oh, good. The producer has had to...
Play your cards right and win £35,000.
Pick up your game card in today's Sun. Tune into my new series of Play Your Cards Right tonight, and you can play along at home. You could win £35,000. And what do pounds make? Rich people! It could be you.
Only in today's Sun.
You're watching the Movie Channel.
In the interview now, we find out more about the Joy Luck Club. We talk to director Wayne Wang and to screenwriter Amy Tan, who also wrote the best-selling novel on which the film is based.
I would say it's almost entirely autobiographical emotionally, and that some of the stories are actually based on things that happened to my family, but it's not really as autobiographical as some people think.
I want to understand my mother. I really try. But in so many ways, she's always been a stranger to me. I guess she always will be. My mother started the Joy Luck Club. For 30 years, these women feasted, forgot past wrongs, laughed, played, lost and won, and told the best stories.
No talking in Chinese. How do I know you're not cheating?
We are your auntie, and we are very honest people.
When I read the book was really emotional in a very visceral way for me. I mean, I can't even explain it. And also, as I looked at it, I felt that a lot of the stories, a lot of the China stories were very similar to stories that I heard when I grew up, you know, from my parents and my parents' friends and relatives.
My mother had once told me this strange story, what happened to her in China. She said she was going to Chongqing to meet the man who was her husband. That was the first time I ever heard she was married before my father. She barely had time to grab her babies, twin girls. That was the first time I heard she had other babies. I always try to picture in my mind what really happened, but she would never explain. She would only say by the time she reached Chongqing, she had lost everything. And I said, wait, what do you mean everything? What happened to those babies? There were so many things about my mother I never understood. This is the only one I never forgave.
The stories of the daughters were, in a lot of ways, similar to my own stories in different ways. I mean, being baby boomers, born after the war, not having gone through the big tragedies that their parents have gone through, and had a very comfortable life and very Western, very contemporary. So there were a lot of things I identified with that.
I'm not going to play anymore. Why should I?
What did you say?
I'm not your slave. This isn't China. You can't make me. No. No, I won't. No. No. You want me to be someone I'm not. I'll never be the kind of daughter that you want me to be.
Only two kinds of daughter. Obedient or follow own mind. Only one kind of daughter could live in this house. Obedient kind.
Then I wish I wasn't your daughter. I wish you weren't my mom.
Too late to change this.
Although it's specifically Chinese, I think a lot of the so-called, emotions and a lot of the miscommunication between mothers and daughters, are very universal. I mean, it's not only just mother and daughters of women, it's also father and son.
All 8 of those women, and more, there were so many who played other roles in that movie, had personal reasons why they wanted to be in that movie, in which they identified with the emotions of the story.
Mrs. Jordan, you sound as if Ted and I are getting married. That's hardly the case.
Oh, I know, dear. It's just that, well, the way the world is, how unpopular Vietnam was.
I'm not Vietnamese. I'm American.
Of course you are. It's just, I understand you. That's all I'm trying to say. Do you understand?
Mom.
Hello, darling. We're having a wonderful visit.
You know, I always knew you were a jerk. But this is the first time in my life I am ashamed of you.
How dare you use that language? I think you better apologize right now.
I'm sorry, Mom. You made a out of yourself in front of the woman I love. We're out of here.
Wayne is, number one, a good heart. He is somebody intuitively that I knew had the sensitivity to turn this into something that was true to the heart of the book. I didn't expect him to remain faithful to every single line in the book or character or all the stories, but I knew that he understood the stories without my having to explain what they meant.
This cannot be. This not knowing what you're worth. This not to begin with you. My mother. Not to know her worth until too late. Too late for her, but not for me. Now, we will see if not too late for you.
Tonight's movies on Sky. At 8, Patrick Dempsey is the quiet college kid, Helen Slater his noisy new roommate in our Friday night comedy, Happy Together. On the movie channel, maximum mayhem from young Michael Oliver. He's back plaguing the lives of every adult who crosses his path in Problem Child 2. At 10, action with the fighting machines of the future. Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme at each other's throats in Universal Soldier.
Just do whatever it takes, understood?
Bruce Willis dives into a world of corruption at 10 on the movie channel in The Last Boy Scout. While late on Sky Movies, Friday Night Fury with a hero who believes in an eye for an eye and a kick for a kick. Fierce Boxer.
Gotta go fly.
Meanwhile, late on the movie channel, we get airborne for action with Louis Gossett Jr. in Ace's Iron Eagle 3. And on Gold, Elliot Gould and George Siegel are the gamblers out to make a killing in another classic from Robert Altman, California Split at 10 o'clock. Tonight on Sky.
From the Sky Satellite Network, this is the Movie Channel.
Welcome to the London Top 10. This week it's all change at the top with 2 new entries to take a look at, 1 non-mover and 1 major new movie heading up, so stay with us. Getting the action underway at 10 is Anthony Hopkins in The Remains of the Day. With Shadowlands now doing the rounds, we'll watch with interest to see if he can make a double appearance in this week's chart. Meanwhile at 9, it's that cross-dressing father, Robin Williams, as Mrs. Doubtfire. The alternative housekeeper falls 3 places in the capital's movie countdown. Jim Sheridan's movie of the Guildford Four with Daniel Day-Lewis is at number 8 in this week's London Top 10. It sits right next to Daniel Day-Lewis in The Age of Innocence at number 7. So let's put the chart on hold and join Daniel and Michelle Pfeiffer for a closer look.
I want you to talk to me about May. Are you very much in love with her?
As much as a man can be.
Do you think there's a limit?
In a time of tradition, in a place of privilege, Newland Archer lived his life by the rules of his society.
I want everybody to know
What?
that we're engaged.
Until he met a woman who lived by her own rules.
I think they're all a little angry with me for setting up for myself. I hear she means to get a divorce.
She made an awful marriage, but that doesn't make her an outcast. I came to see what you were running away from.
All I really want is to feel cared for and safe.
Is there someone else? We should remember marriage is marriage, and Ellen is still a wife.
When can I see you?
I can't be your wife, Newland. Is it your idea I should live with you as your mistress?
You gave me my first glimpse of a real life. And then you asked me to carry on with a false one. No one can endure that.
I'm enduring it. Everybody knows.
Have you considered the consequences?
What the hell does that mean, sir?
From the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel,
Shall I come to you?
Come to me.
Columbia Pictures is proud to present Daniel Day-Lewis, Michelle Pfeiffer, Winona Ryder.
They never knew what it meant to be tempted, but you did.
The Age of Innocence.
These are London's top 10 movies, and this is the Jamaican bobsled team. Not surprisingly, they're headed the wrong way. Cool Running slips out of the top 5 to 6. While at 5, Anthony Hopkins pulls off a double appearance in our chart with the arrival of Shadowlands. Let's check out our first new entry.
Her letters are rather unusual. She writes as if she knows me somehow. Still, I suppose there is something with me in my books, isn't there?
Anybody here called Lewis?
She was a stranger to his world.
And she don't look at all like C.S. Lewis.
An outsider
I am right in assuming you're from the United States of America.
Yes, I am.
in his circle.
Oh, she's just a friend, a writer. Well, Jack, you have succeeded in surprising me.
So what do you do here?
Teach, mainly.
What do they do? Sit at your feet and gaze up at you and all?
You don't give up, do you? No, I regard the soul as an essentially feminine accessory. Where men have intellect, women have soul.
She said what he could not say.
Are you trying to be offensive or just merely stupid?
I'm impressed.
Well, let's hope you stay that way.
Americans don't understand about inhibitions. She saw
You've arranged a life for yourself where no one can touch you.
what he would not see.
Why are you getting at me? I thought we were friends.
She took him to a place.
Joy, I'm capable of saying no. Do you want a demonstration? No. No. No.
He never knew existed.
I want to marry you, Joy, before the world.
A place within the shadows of his heart.
How could Joy be my wife? I'd have to love her, wouldn't I? I'd have to care more for her than for anyone else in this world.
Shadowlands. One of the most extraordinary love stories of our time. Anthony Hopkins.
You were alive before and I wasn't.
What do you mean?
I
started living when I started loving you. Deborah Winger.
Thank you, my love.
Before.
For all of it.
Shadowlands, based on a true story.
You're watching the London Top 10, and we're off once again to take a look at another new entry from director Robert Altman, Shortcuts.
You know what kind of work I do, right? Look at me. You know it's dangerous. And you know there's things you can't know for your own safety, right?
I was just asking about dinner.
From the director of The Player.
Oh, but wait, make me beg for it. Oh, please, harder. Oh, I'm gonna come.
Did you give Jojo his eardrops?
Robert Altman brings us his visionary new film based on the writings of Raymond Carver, starring an ensemble cast of outstanding actors. Shortcuts raises the roof on America and intimately explores a mosaic of characters united by the dreams, the doubts, the desires that bind them together.
I said, Ola, if I have one more beer, I'm going to have to take a nap. And she says, I wondered what it would take to get you into bed. Hey, I don't know, I didn't want to hurt her feelings, you know? I mean, after all, it was your mother's sister. To hell with love.
Time to get off.
About an hour.
Shortcuts.
These are London's top 10 movies, and this is the Pelican Brief. Denzel Washington co-stars in this gripping new thriller, a non-mover at number 3.
The Supreme Court of the United States, the ultimate symbol of law and order. But in a single night, 2 of its justices will be brutally assassinated.
Everyone is assuming that the motive is hatred or revenge. What if the issue involved old-fashioned material greed?
1,000 miles away in New Orleans, a lone law student has pieced together who did the killings and why.
Your girlfriend has a theory? She's a brilliant student with a passion for constitutional law.
Her conclusions are detailed in a document known in the corridors of power as the Pelican Brief.
Miss Shaw, you take my breath away.
Now, she has become a target. And the only person she can trust is an investigative journalist.
Everyone I've told about the brief is dead.
I'll take my chances.
Julia Roberts. Denzel Washington.
If this thing reaches as deep and goes as high as we think it does, these men will do anything not to be exposed.
The Pelican Brief.
You're watching the London Top 10, and Liam Neeson and Ben Kingsley are no longer number 1. Steven Spielberg's Schindler's List makes way for a brand new entry. So, congratulations to Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. The capital's favorite movie is Philadelphia.
Highline Incorporated is now represented by Wyant, Wheeler, Hellerman, Tetlow, and Brown. And more specifically, Andrew Beckett.
Yes! Bravo!
I sincerely appreciate your faith in my abilities. Mr. Beckett. How are you? What happened to your face?
I have AIDS.
Oh.
I'm seeking representation.
You want to sue Wyatt, Wheeler, Hellerman, Tetlow, and Brown?
I was diagnosed with AIDS 8 months ago during a bout with pneumonia.
What's that on your forehead, pal? Andy, everyone in this room is your friend.
I misplaced an important complaint. That's their story.
We've been talking it over. Your future, that is, and we feel that because we respect you so much, we must be honest with you.
Excuse me. Am I being fired?
Would you accept a client if you were constantly thinking, I don't want this person to touch me?
I have a case.
I don't want them to even breathe on me.
You don't want it for personal reasons.
Thank you, that's correct. I don't.
That's very disappointing.
Sir, wouldn't you be more comfortable in a research room?
No. Would it make you more comfortable?
Beckett, how you doing?
Counselor.
Did you find a lawyer?
There's going to be things said at the trial that are going to be hard for you to hear.
I want to know everything about his personal life. What deviant groups did he secretly belong to?
I didn't raise my kids to sit in the back of the bus.
Is Andrew Beckett the kind of lawyer who misplaces crucial documents?
An excellent lawyer.
Andrew Beckett is dying.
You were impressed with Andrew Beckett's work.
Andrew Beckett, yes, angry.
What powerful force has caused him to change his mind?
And he wants someone to pay.
TriStar Pictures presents
The law's been broken.
I just want what is fair, what is right.
You remember the law, don't you?
a Jonathan Demme picture.
So let's talk about what this case is really all about.
Did you fire Andrew Beckett because he had AIDS?
The general public's hatred, our loathing, our fear.
In this courtroom, Mr. Miller, justice is blind to matters of sexual orientation.
We don't live in this courtroom, do we?
Tom Hanks.
I love the law.
Denzel Washington.
Are you gay?
Objection!
In a story about our lives.
Come on, today's a good day.
Our fears.
Andy brought AIDS into our offices.
And our humanity.
I hate this case.
Philadelphia.
So the capital has a new #1 to keep in touch. Keep an eye out for next week's London Top 10.
You're watching the Movie Channel.
This April, Sky's going to give you 10 good reasons for staying at home. With 3 great movie channels showing over 380 different films, you'll be spoiled for choice. Catch your breath with a new season of thrillers featuring 3 exciting premieres.
Behind a chess player's brilliant mind,
The strong win, the weak perish.
lies the answer to a tangled mystery.
This isn't just another game, is it?
Christopher Lambert, Night Moves. From the director of No Way Out.
You put up 500,000, I put up 500,000 for partners.
Willem Dafoe, Mickey Rourke, and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio in White Sands. A treacherous game reveals a terrible truth.
You think I killed her?
Rutger Hauer in Past Midnight.
And catch our all-American sporting weekend.
I haven't got ball players, I've got girls.
Gina Davis, Tom Hanks, and Madonna are playing for their country in a league of their own. Plus, the premiere of The Babe, starring John Goodman as the legendary
Babe Ruth.
It's not about white. It's not about black. It's about green.
How much money did you make today?
Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson in the premiere of
White men can't jump.
We continue our successful season of Thursday night premieres,
including The Sinking of the Rainbow Warrior with John Voight and Sam Neill.
We have very specific enemies. They're the ones that build weapons of mass destruction.
and for the young and young at heart, an additional family affair on Saturdays.
It's going to be fun.
Sky Movies Gold brings you everything from the classic to the comic. Plus, in April, a Francois Truffaut season. And be prepared as the Steven Seagal season hits your screen.
Be watching.
There's something for everyone every night of the week, including a premiere every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. Plus widescreen presentations of movies such as Hook.
Peter Pan, prepare to meet Typhoon.
And Batman Returns. And the premieres in April.
Jack is back.
I'm having a little trouble.
In trouble.
Sex is often such a barrier to friendship.
Ellen Barkin and Jack Nicholson.
You liar!
Man trouble. The deadliest soldier is the one you never see.
One shot, one kill.
Tom Berenger, sniper.
I'm out, I resign.
A journey to the other side of the world
Welcome to India.
that would change his life.
Where am I?
In the City of Joy.
From the director of The Killing Fields and The Mission.
I never felt more alive.
Patrick Swayze in City of Joy. One heroic action put his whole world at risk.
Now you've killed my baby brother.
From the producer of The Hunt for Red October.
He's never gonna leave us alone.
I'm after the man who tried to kill my family.
Ann Archer and Harrison Ford.
I don't care what you have to do. Just get him.
Patriot Games.
Sky's 3 great movie channels bring the cinema into your home every day of the week.
I'm feeling so lucky.
Sky, it's better than a night out.
As I tell you.
Tonight, we investigate the mysteries of the Earth. Do places like Stonehenge, the pyramids, and the Bermuda Triangle possess deadly mystical powers?
Once you experience it, you have a lot of respect for it. It's dangerous.
Are these phenomena proof of a greater force?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
A force that science is still at a loss to explain. Don't miss this fascinating episode of Sightings, tonight at 9:30 on Sky One.
So what have you got in this vampire weekend then, gentleman Trev?
Well, Gravedigger Simon, we've got a veritable blood-curdling collection of chilling classics.
Have you heard of the cult of the undead?
Join us for a drink. It's a grave matter.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, but they don't really exist.
Are you sure?
Hey, this is really creepy.
It's totally evil.
Electric.
Apparently.
Come out and play! Hell's bells.
And hell's angels.
Come with me and live forever.
Yeah.
Sink your teeth into that.
Excuse me, do you have any garlic?
No, but we've got steak and chicks.
You've all been watching too many damn horror films.
And we'll be appearing all weekend on all 3 movie channels.
Fangs on film.
In association with Atmosphere.
The controversy. Both men went over the top rope at the same time. The decision.
Both Lex Luger and Bret Hart unquestionably deserve the opportunity to challenge the WWF champion at Wrestlemania 10.
Lex Luger battles the champion Yokozuna. Then the winner faces Bret Hart. 2 championship matches in one historic event.
WrestleMania 10, March 24th on Sky Sports. So don't miss out. To subscribe to Sky Sports, call 0506 460000. That's 0506 460000.
You're watching the Movie Channel.
I love going to my friend William's house. His mum always gives us my favourite pudding, Ambrosia creamed rice. Sometimes with jam, or with fruit, but especially just on its own. That's why he's my friend.
Made with full cream Devon milk, no other pudding has the creamy taste of Ambrosia. Ambrosia, the cream of puddings.
If you collect tokens from Kellogg's Cocoa Pops or Honey Nut Loops, you can get beautiful Princess Polly gem compacts absolutely free. But on
the other hand, you could send off for a mighty Max Horrorhead. For to command.
Glade Plug-in's air freshener.
Plug it in, plug it in.
It keeps on fragrancing your room for 45 days.
Plug it in, plug it in.
By gently heating this refill cartridge. Try Glade Plug-ins.
Whether it's the tastiest spaghetti bolognese or freshly frozen cannelloni, only Dolmio will do. Because every Dolmio recipe uses only the finest ingredients, all combined to create that delicious Dolmio taste. For great spaghetti bolognese or mouth-watering cannelloni, Dolmio is simply irresistible. Dolmio, only the best will do.
The pure fruit taste of Hartley's jam. You just can't keep a lid on it.
Shaving's a pain. Scraping and stripping your skin, which can leave it dry and sore. So the Old Spice Sensitive range brings you Hydrogel, which soothes and cools irritated skin
leaving it smelling great and feeling incredibly soft and smooth. So what's it to be? Sensitive or Old Spice sensitive? Take the heat out of shaving with the Old Spice sensitive range.
Lives are wiped out by reckless car thieves. Make sure your car is secure.
For the ultimate cleavage, the new Ultra Bra from Gossard.
Tic-Tac could take you and your family to the World Cup finals in the USA just by playing the Tic-Tac instant win game. Or you could win a Tic-Tac football, Tic-Tac football shirt, or something to keep them in.
Instant wins. What a refreshing tactic.
10,000 chances of winning!
Meet the boys who sold the world. 30 hits from the golden era of soul on double CD and tape. Groups whose sound has influenced generations. From Dance Groove to Lover's Mood. These are the boys to know. These are the boys who sold the world.
You're watching the Movie Channel.
Here are the latest headlines from Sky News.
John Majors announced a £12 million aid package for Bosnia and called on other countries to send more troops to help reinforce the fragile peace. Two of South Africa's most senior policemen have been suspended after an independent inquiry produced evidence that they've been smuggling arms to Zulu fighters since 1990, and Scotland Yard has launched the first National Missing Persons Bureau.
Sky News. On the hour, every hour.
Newton Davis built the house of his dreams.
Will you marry me?
For the girl of his dreams.
No.
But that's where the fairy tale ended.
What are you doing here? What am I doing? What are you doing here?
Goldie Hawn.
I'm Gwen. I'm his wife.
I'm his father. Steve Martin.
You told him you were my wife?
In a marriage of inconvenience.
I want this marriage to work.
What? Housesitter. Premieres Sunday at 8 on the Movie Channel.
From the Sky Satellite Network, this is the Movie Channel.
It's a case of double trouble now as young Michael Oliver meets a kindred spirit in Problem Child 2.